A few years ago, I looked at my patio and honestly thought it was hopeless. Cracked floor, old chairs, nothing special. But then my neighbor invited me over for coffee, and I couldn't believe it. Her little patio looked like something straight out of a resort. And the secret? Almost everything came from Dollar Tree. That day, I realized luxury isn't about money, it's about creativity. Hi friends, and welcome to Daily Garden Fix. If this is your first time here, I'm so glad you stopped by. This is where we turn simple spaces into beautiful ones, without spending a fortune. And to all my returning friends, thank you. Truly, I love seeing you come back each week, sharing your ideas and growing this community with me. And if you're not yet part of this little family, I'd love for you to join us. Just hit subscribe, top the bell, and settle in. Because today I'm going to show you 15 ideas that can transform your patio, garden, yard, and porch into the kind of a space you'll actually look forward to coming home to. A space that feels like luxury without the luxury price tag. Hack number 1. Mirror Magic Patio Illusion. I'll be honest with you, the first time I tried this, I didn't expect much. I had this plain little framed mirror from Dollar Tree, the kind you'd normally hang in a hallway or maybe in a kid's room. But one day, I set it out on the patio, leaned it against the fence behind a couple of my plants, and stepped back. I froze. Suddenly, my patio didn't feel small anymore. The plants looked fuller. The space looked deeper. And when the evening sun hit that mirror just right, it bounced the golden light across the whole corner like something out of a garden magazine. And here's the best part. At night, if you've got fairy lights or even just a solar light nearby, the mirror doubles the glow. It's not just reflection, it's atmosphere. It gives this illusion almost like you've got a secret garden just beyond the wall. If you want to take it up a notch, you can even spray paint the frame black, bronze, or gold for a more elegant look. But honestly, even the plain Dollar Tree frame works fine once it's surrounded by greenery. My neighbor actually asked me if I'd built a new garden bed back there. Nope, just a $1.25 mirror. It's such a small, unexpected trick, but it's one of those details that makes your patio feel less like a backyard and more like a luxury retreat. Hack number 2. Shower curtain outdoor rug. Now this one might surprise you. I actually learned it from a friend who hosted a backyard dinner, and I couldn't stop staring at her rug. It was bold, patterned, colorful, and it tied the whole patio together. I asked her where she bought it, and she just laughed and said, "Dollar Tree, it's a shower curtain." And you know what? It works beautifully. A Dollar Tree shower curtain is waterproof, easy to wipe clean, and the patterns are often way more fun than what you'll find in expensive outdoor rugs. All you have to do is lay it flat, weigh down the corners with a few heavy planters, or secure the edges with double-sided tape. The first time I tried this myself, I went with a tropical leaf design. Instantly, it felt like stepping onto the patio of a resort cabana. And when the season changed, I swapped it out for a simple striped one. That's the beauty of it. You don't feel guilty changing your rugs because it costs just a few dollars. And here's a little bonus tip. If you want it to feel softer underfoot, layer it on top of an old yoga mat or even a Dollar Tree foam play mat. Suddenly, you've got comfort and style without spending a fortune. Hack number 3. The vertical spa wall. This hack actually came from me staring at my boring patio wall one afternoon, thinking it looked more like a prison yard than a place to relax. I wanted that lush, green spa retreat vibe, but I wasn't about to spend hundreds on a fancy vertical garden system. So I wandered into Dollar Tree, grabbed a couple of wire cooling racks, some small flower pots, and a pack of zip ties. And let me tell you, that wall has never looked the same. I tied the racks onto the fence, clipped the little pots in place, and planted herbs and flowers in them. In just a couple of weeks, it turned into this living, breathing wall of green. What I love most is that it doesn't just look pretty, it smells amazing too. Imagine sipping tea with fresh mint growing right behind you, or brushing your hand against basil as you walk by. It feels like bringing a piece of a luxury spa right into your backyard. And here's the secret. You don't need a ton of plants. Even just 3 or 4 little pots of greenery can change the entire mood of your patio wall. Every guest who sees mine ends up asking how I did it, and when I tell them it's just Dollar Tree racks and zip ties, they never believe me. It's such a small, unexpected trick, but it's one of those details that makes your patio feel less like a backyard and more like a luxury retreat. Hack number 4. The glass gem fire bowl. This one actually started out as a little experiment. I'd seen those fancy glass fire pits at outdoor lounges, the ones with the glowing stones that look like jewels in the firelight. Gorgeous, but not in my budget. So I headed to Dollar Tree, picked up a simple glass bowl, a bag of those shiny glass gems, and a couple of LED candles. I layered the gems in the bowl, tucked the lights underneath, and when I switched it on, it looked like glowing water. Soft, shimmering, and way more elegant than the price tag should allow. I set mine right in the center of my patio table, and it became the conversation starter of the night. Everyone kept leaning in to touch it, expecting heat and then laughing when they realized it was just a DIY. Here's a little trick. Try blue or aqua gems if you want that spa water look, or clear gems for a modern, high-end glow. And if you really want to surprise people, mix in a few seashells or stones from the garden. Suddenly, it feels like something straight out of a resort lounge, but it cost me less than the price of a cup of coffee. Hack number 5. The no-paint furniture refresh. I'll never forget the first time I tried this. I had these old patio chairs that looked like they'd been through 3 storms and a barbecue fire. I didn't have the time or patience to sand and repaint them, but I also didn't want to toss them out. So one day, I picked up a couple of bright vinyl tablecloths from Dollar Tree. I wrapped the chair seats and tabletop with them, clipped the fabric tight underneath with binder clips, and stepped back. You'd never know those chairs were falling apart underneath. They look brand new, like I'd bought a matching set from a store. The beauty of this hack is it's waterproof, wipeable, and completely temporary. When you get tired of the color or the season changes, you just swap the tablecloth for a fresh one. Last summer, I went bold with tropical flowers, and this fall, I switched to a simple black and white pattern. It's like giving your furniture a wardrobe change. And let me tell you, guests always ask where I got my set. They're shocked when I admit it's Dollar Tree tablecloths doing all the work. Honestly, it's one of the easiest ways to make tired patio furniture look like a brand new luxury set. Before I share the next hack with you, I'd love to hear from you. Imagine stepping onto your dream patio right now. What's the one thing you'd want to see first? Is it cozy lights, a water feature, or maybe just a comfy chair to sink into after a long day? Go ahead and drop your answer in the comments. I always read through them, and honestly, some of your ideas inspire me for future videos here on Daily Garden Fix. And who knows, your idea might just show up in one of our next transformations here on Daily Garden Fix. All right, now let me show you something that made my patio feel like a private cabana.
Hack number 6. Cabana curtains on a dime. You know how you walk into those luxury resorts and they've got those soft curtains blowing in the breeze, making you feel like you've just stepped into a private cabana? I used to think you'd need a designer budget to pull that off. But the secret? Dollar Tree sheer curtains, or even lightweight tablecloths. I clipped a few onto some string lights I had running overhead, let them drape down just a little, and suddenly my plain patio felt like a retreat. The first night I tried it, there was this gentle breeze, and the curtains swayed just enough to catch the glow of the lights. Honestly, I sat out there for hours. It didn't feel like my backyard anymore. It felt like a getaway. And here's a tip. If you don't have string lights, you can stretch a simple piece of rope or even use a couple of command hooks on your walls or fence. The effect is the same. It's all about creating movement and softness, the kind of detail that instantly makes a space feel luxurious without anyone guessing you spent less than $10. Hack number 7. The garden to glass herb bar. This hack actually became one of my favorites because it's not just beautiful, it's interactive. One evening, I set up a little wooden crate on my patio, filled it with Dollar Tree pots of mint, basil, and rosemary, and called it my garden bar. When friends came over, I handed them a glass of lemonade and said, "Go ahead, pick some mint from the crate." You should have seen their faces. It felt like a luxury spa treatment, except it was literally just $1.25 pots of herbs sitting in front of them. What I love about this idea is that it makes your patio feel alive. You don't just look at the plants, you use them. Fresh herbs for tea, sprigs of rosemary for grilled veggies, or even just the fragrance when you brush your hands against them. It turns a normal gathering into an experience. And here's the bonus. The herbs grow back, so it's a gift that keeps giving. A tiny detail, but it makes your patio feel less like a backyard and more like your own private garden cafe. Hack number 8, the upside-down planter trick. This one came to me out of pure frustration. I had a few potted plants sitting flat on the ground, and they just looked lost. You know how when everything's on the same level, nothing stands out? My patio felt cluttered instead of styled. So I grabbed a couple of Dollar Tree wire baskets, flipped them upside down, and set my pots right on top. Just like that, I had instant plant stands. And the funny thing is, when I spray painted them black and gold, they looked like those expensive metal plant stands you see in magazines. The difference it made was huge. Suddenly, my plants had height, my patio had layers, and the whole space felt designed instead of thrown together. Here's my little secret. Mix up the heights. Put a small basket stand in one corner, a taller one in another, and you've instantly got that boutique-styled look. And the best part? Nobody ever guesses they're just upside-down baskets from Dollar Tree. To this day, it's one of those tricks that makes my space feel like a curated garden lounge. Okay, I have to ask, if you were making those mason jar lanterns, what color would you try first? Would you go with calming blues, romantic reds, or maybe something fun like green or purple for a party? Drop your answer down in the comments. I love seeing the creative twists you all come up with, and honestly, some of your ideas are even better than mine. You inspire me just as much as I hope I inspire you. Hack number 11, the faux water fountain. I'll be honest, I've always wanted a water fountain on my patio. There's something about the sound of trickling water that instantly makes you feel like you're on vacation. But those fountains can be so pricey, and I didn't want to deal with the heavy setup. So one afternoon, I decided to make my own. I grabbed a few glass bowls from Dollar Tree in different sizes, stacked them like a little tiered tower, and filled them with shiny glass beads. Then I tucked a small LED light at the top, and when it turned on, wow, it didn't make the sound of water, but it looked like one. The light bounced off the glass beads and shimmered like moving water, and everyone who saw it thought I'd bought a designer fountain. I placed mine on a little side table, and at night, it became the glowing centerpiece of the whole patio. Here's a little tip. If you want to really sell the water effect, use blue or aqua beads or even mix in a few clear marbles. It catches the light in a way that feels alive. It's a simple illusion, but it transforms your space into something calm, elegant, and just a little bit magical. Hack number 12, outdoor pillow slipcovers. I don't know about you, but my outdoor cushions seem to take the most abuse. Sun fades them, rain stains them, and before long, they just look tired. I used to think the only option was to buy new ones every season, and that adds up fast. Then one day, while wandering through Dollar Tree, I spotted a stack of pillowcases and lightweight scarves. A light bulb went off. I slipped one right over my old cushion, tied the ends with a little twine, and just like that, I had a fresh, stylish pillow cover for almost nothing. It worked so well that I started treating my pillows like an outfit change. Bright, colorful scarves in the summer, cozy, dark tones in the fall, and when I want to clean up, I just take the slipcover off and toss it in the wash. What's great is that you can mix and match patterns without spending a dime over $5. Guests always think I've gone out and bought new patio pillows, when really, it's just Dollar Tree fabric giving them a new lease on life.
Hack number 13, the trellis fairy wall. This one is for anyone who wants their patio to feel like it belongs in a cozy garden cafe. I had this bare fence that just looked dull, and no matter what I planted in front of it, it never really came alive. Then I found a simple garden trellis at Dollar Tree and thought, why not dress it up? I wrapped it with faux vines, added a strand of fairy lights, and leaned it against the fence. The first night I switched those lights on, it didn't feel like my patio anymore. It felt like a glowing backdrop from a movie scene. What I love about this trick is that it's not permanent, so you can move it around. Sometimes I place it behind my seating area for a little ambiance. Other times I set it in a corner with a couple of potted plants, so it feels like a private nook. Here's the fun part. You don't even need to stick to faux vines. You can weave in seasonal flowers, ribbons, or even little hanging ornaments. It's like your own customizable luxury backdrop, and it costs less than one dinner out. Hack number 14, the marble tile tabletop. One of my favorite tricks for making my patio feel more high-end was actually born out of frustration with an old table. The surface was scratched, faded, and honestly an eyesore. I thought about replacing it, but instead I picked up a few packs of Dollar Tree marble pattern contact paper. I carefully covered the tabletop, smoothed out the bubbles, and stepped back. You'd think I had a slab of stone sitting out there. It looked sleek, modern, and completely different. Later on, I tried the same thing with peel and stick tiles, and that gave it even more of a luxe look. The beauty of this hack is that it instantly upgrades your space without committing to something permanent. When you're ready for a change, peel it off and try a new look. My guests always ask me where I bought my marble table, and I just smile, because it's our little Dollar Tree secret. Hack number 15, the mini hanging garden. Now, for the final touch, the detail that made my patio feel like a tucked-away garden cafe. I took a couple of wire baskets from Dollar Tree, lined them with coconut coir, but here's the hack. If you don't have coir, you can cut up one of their doormats instead, and tied them up with rope. I filled them with trailing plants and a few flowers, and suddenly I had these charming little hanging gardens swaying in the breeze. It was simple, but it added so much life and movement overhead. What's really fun is you can customize each basket. Herbs in one, flowers in another, maybe even succulents for a low-maintenance option. And if you hang 2 or 3 together at different heights, it creates this layered boutique look that feels expensive, but it's all Dollar Tree magic. Every time I sit outside now, those little baskets catch my eye and make me smile. It's the kind of detail that turns a patio from ordinary into unforgettable. And there you have it, friends. 15 little Dollar Tree secrets that can turn any plain patio into a space that feels timeless, cozy, and yes, even a little luxurious. What I love most about these ideas is that they prove you don't need a big budget to create beauty. All it takes is a little creativity and a willingness to see things differently. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these hacks are you most excited to try first? Maybe the glowing pebble path, the herb bar, or that mirror illusion trick? Drop your answer in the comments because I truly enjoy reading your ideas and seeing how you bring these tips to life in your own spaces. And if you're new here, welcome again. If you enjoyed this, I'd love for you to join our daily Garden Fix family by hitting subscribe and ringing the bell so you won't miss the next set of ideas I'll be sharing. Around here, we believe beauty should be affordable, and every garden or patio, no matter the size, deserves to feel special. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Until next time, may your garden always bring you peace, joy, and a little touch of magic.